Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back. Appreciate y'all being here. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Try to get out there, enjoy it. Be out there amongst the woods, the trees, the lakes, the rivers, wherever you like to go out and walk around, do stuff like that. The old-fashioned saying would be, get out there and smell the roses. Smell the flowers. Get on out. Enjoy life. Life's short, so just get on out there. Uh, Needless to say, crazies are out there, are they not? Uh, this Looney Tunes who charged this dinner was crazy, but he was radicalized probably from college professors and his high school students, which are mainly far left liberals. I mean, it's true. I mean, I'm not making that up. And they get talking about how bad this country is and how bad the administration is, and they call everybody who voted for him and everything like that, fascists and everything, just everything out of the world, which is not true. But these are people who are teaching this to our kids growing up, and now they're grown up. And some of them have really good jobs, some have good education. And here they are being radicalized and hating our government, hating the country, hating our existence, and thinking that theirs is the only one. You got to cover your six, guys, gals. You have to cover your six. You're conservative. If you're out there, you got to watch out what's going on, because if somebody who's just borderline nutso could assume, hey, that guy's a conservative, so I can do whatever I want to him and everything will be fine. They think that, that's what they think. And a lot of the local judges and prosecutors and stuff, they think the same way. So you've got to prepare for that. You got to mentally prepare for that. I mean, we live in a Looney Tunes world, and it's not going to get any better. It just isn't. There are a lot of people out there like this numbskull who wanted to get in there and, do harm to our cabinet members and the president and everybody else. There's a lot of them, and they just haven't gone to that point yet. They're everywhere. So you have to really be in touch with the areas that you live in when you're out and about doing your business, grocery shopping, going to fast foods, going to restaurants. If you're like me, and maybe some people call me paranoid, I don't know, but when I go out to a restaurant and sit down inside to eat, I sit to where my back's against the wall. I just do, where I can see, the main part of the restaurant, front doors and stuff like that as best I can. I just do that. I've always done that. I mean, I've always been that way. I always have my back up against the wall so I can see what may or may not be coming. It's common sense. And nowadays, it's more important to do that than ever. It's more important now than ever to get out there and make sure you have short-term and long-term storable food, as much as you can get without leaving a paper trail. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to use a credit card to buy this stuff nearly as much, but then you have to be careful now because of the new regulations and stuff, to my understanding, with the banking systems and stuff. They're keeping track of larger cash deposits or withdrawals. And the banks are obligated, if it's over $10,000 now, which is still the actual limit. You hear a lot of pros and cons out there where it dropped to 7. Well, it hasn't done that yet. But if you deposit more than 10,000 cash, or if you withdraw more than 10,000 cash, you have to account for that. Even though it's yours, you have to account for that. And the banking system will automatically send paperwork to a certain department that's in the IRS so that they, look at it, they check it out, and make sure that it's not ill-begotten gains. That's their word for saying that. So make sure, and I can say this over and over and over, make sure you do have enough long-term storable food that you don't have to get out and about. Make sure your pantries are stocked, stocked full of non-perishable foods, stuff that'll last a couple, 3 years, or more. Certain foods you put out there will last almost indefinitely if you keep them in a cool, dry place and never open it. peanut butter, honey, stuff like that will almost last indefinitely. Noodles and stuff like that, will last forever. Just don't open them. So there's a lot of stuff, but you got to get it, because you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. None of us do. With all the stuff and these people that go to these no king rallies and stuff like that, those are the ones who have been, I would say, indoctrinized, being empowered by the left's side, because they keep calling everybody names and they keep calling them this and that, and how that it's okay to do harm to these people because they're evil. Well, we're not evil. Nobody's evil like that. But they teach that. And they say that it's okay. And these people, some of these people who are borderline, they start to believe it. And then they act like this other numbskull did here just a couple of days ago. You got to take in consideration to cover your six. Like I say that again. I can say it again and again. Know what's going on behind you as much as you know what's going on in front of you or to the sides of you. It just is. It's how we live now. It's just the society we live in. We have to be very, very careful, no matter what. Because amongst the other crazies that are normally out there doing harm to other people, they don't have motivation. They're just mean. But now we've got all this other stuff that's been going on, and like I call it brainwashing and stuff, indoctrination, for a couple, 3 decades now, over and over. That's why these people are acting this way, and that's why they do all these demonstrations this way. And I'm just saying, they're out there, and you don't know who they are. And some of them can be like, kind of decent looking people, live in nice houses, drive nice cars, have nice jobs, but they're not right here. So all I'm saying is be careful out there. Make sure you're prepped to the gills, make sure you have all that you need, and don't always keep it all in the same place. I mentioned that before, but we have to get it. It's a sad society that we live in. You have to be able to defend yourself. So however you choose to defend yourself, make sure you have plenty of it. Okay. It's just doggone. It's just a crazy freaking world. And like I said, it's not going to get better until the return of Christ. It's just not going to get better until he comes back. So we have to be prepared for that. We all know it's coming. If you believe in any kind of prophecy, you already know that all this is pretty much prophesied and it's all coming true. So, be prepared for it. That's all I'm saying. So look. Hey, until next time, all right? I'm so happy you're here. In case you see my little dragon here, that's Figment. That's from Disney World. He's a little character down there. It's kind of cute. I had it out. I had a niece over here, a little niece, and she liked playing with it. So anyways, but cover your six, guys. Cover your six. I mean that. There's nothing truly but love for you. And until next time, we'll catch you later.